Hello, all newcomers, and welcome back, my fellow Eternians. As always, it is me, Emperor AP, and today I am going to be chilling with you guys on a Homework live stream. That's right, I'm going to be hanging out with y'all, playing this music, playing this fresh music for y'all, and we are going to be hanging out doing some homework. I actually have some linear algebra, so it's going to be a ton of fun. It's going to be a great hoot and a holler. I am actually in the YouTube voice chat um, for my Discord server. You can actually see here we are in the Discord server. I generally never show it, but we are in there, and we're going to be hanging out talking to people. How to start a Micronation video says, hey, it's me, KY Dog Pete from Discord. How you doing, KY Dog? We have 2 viewers. I definitely appreciate y'all hanging out with us tonight. How you doing, KY Dog? For some reason, our chat is not showing up, so we're about to fix that right now. Ooh, we're gonna set it up. We're gonna set it up. So hopefully we can get the chat going. I'd really like to get that chat going. Let's see about it. Let's see if we can get it going with some chat. Hey, there we go. I'm doing pretty good. I'm glad you're doing good. I am doing great. I don't know if anybody wants to join me tonight, but I am in the YouTube voice chat stream, and I'm about to YouTube voice chat channel. I'm actually going to really quick add in our stream just so that everybody knows we're online and hanging out, and then we will be jumping on it. We have 3 people watching right now. I am pretty impressed. I appreciate y'all just for this hanging out live stream. Even though this is going to be me doing homework, I still want to make sure that we're able to talk about Micronational stuff. So if you guys have some stuff on your mind, definitely drop it in. We have been doing a lot of planning in the Empire of Eternia. There is a lot just as far as our development that we're getting on, so that's kind of a big deal for us. We're in the making of planning basically our stage in between just starting out and trying to get land, which is one of our larger ultimate goals. So that's a bigger thing for us. How you doing, Rachel Veer? It is good to talk to you, good to see you. Let us know what you're up to. We are actually, this is inaccurate, we're not at 943 anymore. We are actually at 952, I believe. We are getting very, very close to 1,000 subscribers. We have like 48 days to go left in our attempt. We want to try and get to 1,000 before the end of the year. So that is the idea. I'm actually going to switch that out. Help us get to 1,000 subs. Hey, do we have somebody joining us in the voice chat? And 1,000 starting amount, we are at 952. Boom. Goal end date must be in the future. Oh yeah, I don't know why I did that. 12/31/2020. Boom. There we go. 48 days to go. We got it. We have 4 viewers now. Josephina said, should I be invited into your Discord? You should definitely join our Discord. As of right now, our Discord is something that's pretty open. I actually didn't put the description in. Dang it, that's what I should have done. Hey, we have 7 people viewing. We're blowing up. Actually, I should have put the description in there for us. I don't know why I didn't. Oh, wait, did I? I did. I did throw it in. Hold up. Let me pause this. Yeah, so you should actually see a link here. I'll show it on the screen. Screen, in case you just want to copy it. Let me switch over my window capture here. Chrome. Coolio, and nobody can see it. Okay, can y'all see that? Yep, cool. Can you see when I switch over like that? Yep, alright, so here's the Discord right there. If you guys want to join it, there is a link to it that hopefully you should be able to join. Rachel Veer said, I'm doing good, thank you. Hope all is well and you're in too. It absolutely is. Tonight I'm doing a little bit of homework, but the main thing that we are going to be talking about is micronationalism, getting into everything you guys know and love, and talking a little bit about that Eternia specifically is trying to get into its next stages of development and of planning on our way to getting land. So that's a big thing. Essentially, we're getting large, which is great, but we're not using our size as efficiently as I would like to and as I think we could. So that's something that I've been talking to our citizenship about, and something that I'm excited to get going more in the future. Just figuring out how we're going to do all this and what it means to be sort of in the next stage of the Empire of Eternia. So that's pretty big, and I'm excited to talk a little bit more about the details of that. Beyond Hair Craze says, I don't even know why I'm here, but I'm here. Beyond Hair Craze, I am so glad. This is a Micronational YouTube channel. I don't know if you're familiar with micronations, but it's people trying to start their own country. I'm glad you're here, and if you want to learn about how people start their own countries, this is a great place to do it. So definitely make sure you subscribe and check out our other videos, because this in particular is a live stream where we just hang out with the community, but there are a lot of videos on our channel that link to a good bit of the community, interviews with other micronationalists, people who are legitimately trying to start countries. They're trying to build their own countries from the top, or I guess from the bottom to the top, and that's something that's always impressed me about this community, and something that I think other people who join it for the first time are always blown away by. We've gotten some of our coolest citizens by people just saying, you know, I was Googling stuff and then I ended up here and now I'm a micronationalist. You know, now I'm trying to start my own country. Now I'm trying to do all of this cool stuff. Josephina says, I joined. Thank you very much. I'm glad to see you in there. Message me if you get a chance. Let me know what's up. Tell me that you're in. Tell me what you're up to. Tough says, hello, I got a kilt. I'm glad you got a kilt, Tough. That's a very tough thing of you to do. Also, did you get it because you saw that Gray has a kilt? It was cool to see Gray rocking a kilt. I didn't expect it, but I was glad that he was enjoying himself and hanging out with his very solid kilt there.
Lil Nas X here.
It's Lil Nas X on Roblox. That shit's crazy. There we go. Alright. So yeah, what we're actually going to be doing on this live stream is hanging out doing math. So I know you guys love it. I know you guys are always down. You guys are saying, AP, when are you going to do more solid math on the channel? So here you go. This is what's coming up. This is what's going to be real for you guys to learn about vector spaces. I know you guys have always been wanting to learn about vector spaces, and here you go. Tough said he has one. Tough says thinking of making it a uniform. You definitely should. That would be very cool. You'd be the only Scottish-inspired micronation ever, and I'm sure that's not true, but you never know. He does have one. Look up on our Discord, like 2 days ago, he posted a picture of him in a kilt. Actually, I can probably show that now because I can get Discord up and running on our thing. Let me show you homie fresh in a kilt. Y'all never wanted to see a homie like this in a kilt, but here he is. I was always impressed, and honestly, I fell in love when I saw the picture. It was strictly beautiful, and I don't know how anyone could step up higher than this. Oh, there's so much chat. I guess that's a good thing, you know, that we have so much chat in our micronation, but we do have a ton of chat, so now I'm trying to scroll up and find it. Let me actually get you guys where you can see what I see here. I'm going to jump back on Discord. I am not doing homework as of right now. I need to be, but let me jump up here. Gray in a kilt. Look at the young homie in a kilt, fresh stunting to death. Oh my goodness. It's fantastic. Do y'all see him? Do y'all see his freshness? Goodness gracious. It's impressive. Dude's in a kilt, no stressing. Pretty crazy. I didn't know he got one. I've been wanting one for a while. Yeah, he has like a black one, which is really cool. I didn't know he had a kilt. He like came to the house, to the Empire of Eternia, not too long ago, and I was really impressed. He didn't wear the kilt, but I feel like if he did, I would have been blown away. Because now that I know about it, and now that I've seen stock footage Gray in a kilt, I'm blown away. Gray should just do stock images of like random shit, but in a kilt. He should be like him like chilling in the office, like typing up reports, and it's like, Bill, did you finish that spreadsheet? Yeah, I got it right here, Craig. And then he just like flexes out his leg in a kilt as he like hands it. He like karate kilt kicks some memos over, you know. He only types emails with his feet because he's kicking too hard. Everybody in the office is concerned because he's wearing a kilt and they don't know if he's got underwear on underneath. It's a real intense time. We have Josephina saying, since I joined the Discord, maybe an impromptu interview? Absolutely. Join up. Get in this YouTube stream, the voice channel, and we can talk while I do homework, because that's something I got to do, and while we listen to music. And you can help keep the audience entertained. We had 9 viewers a minute ago. Now we're at 7. One thing I want to tell y'all, like I said, we're at 952 subs. We're trying to get to 1,000. There are very few Micronationalists on YouTube who have 1,000 subs. So if we can get to 1,000, that is a big milestone for us and for Micronationalism. Because as y'all know on the channel, we are always promoting other micronations. So hit us up, and we will definitely be promoting yours. But firstly and foremostly, we are trying to get to that 1,000, trying to make that money, that cash money on YouTube, make YouTube pay Micronationalists. That's what we're trying to do. So KTM said, hello, how you doing, KTM? We miss you and love you always. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. KTM is one of our citizens, and I am really excited to have him as a part of the chat. If he can join the convo, that would be cool. But as of right now, we are trying to figure out what we're doing tonight as far as the discussion of our future, because that's a big deal for us. Let me see. Hey, we got a whole bunch of people in the chat. Okay, we have King Jackson muted, and we have KTM. I hope both of you fellows are doing well tonight. Hope the night is treating you well.
Yeah, doing good. How about you?
Doing pretty good. Like I said, I'm just trying to do a little bit of studying tonight. I have a test on Friday, so doing a little bit of oh goodness, ads. I'm doing a little bit of studying tonight, hanging out and trying to inform everybody about updates for the Empire of Eternia.
Guys, what's the test on?
So the test, I'll actually show you. It's a little bit of a lot. Let me move our window capture over, and I will give you the fresh look. So we have a linear algebra book. I'm trying to figure out who it's made by. Plug whoever it is made by. It's through Cengage. It's on linear transformation. So linear algebra is the class, and linear algebra is basically like you have different systems of linear equations, like how you do like x and y in like high school math and stuff. Well, I'm sure you guys now have like pre-calculus and shit. When I was in high school, that was like where we ended, was pre-cal. But you have these linear equations, and then if you have a whole set of them, like a ton of linear equations that you're trying to solve for, it can become overwhelming. And so some really smart mathematicians figured out a way that you can take as many linear equations as you want and figure out where they all intersect, and figure out how they all interact with each other based on using matrices. So if you've ever heard of like the Matrix, the movie, they have nothing to do with actual matrices besides the fact that a lot of computer simulations and a lot of the way that we design complex simulations is based off of linear algebra. A lot of natural phenomena, like things in physics, for example, occur in essentially the language of many interacting linear equations. So that's a great way to model different things that happen in the universe and different situations that can occur. And so that's why we learn it. Here we do, at most probably, 5 or 6 equations. But if you were to create a program that could do this, it could run hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of equations all the time that are constantly changing and checking for different things. So it's a great way to study a system and to figure out what you're doing with it just based off of the math and the way that it interacts. So it's really cool stuff, and I was never somebody who was that big into math. I've never been someone who's particularly good at it. But once you get to this level of things and you understand how useful math can actually be, it does kind of make you have an appreciation for it. And I'm definitely kind of fallen in love with math for it.
Yeah, I could not help you study for that test. I am taking financial. Yeah, I'm taking financial literacy, which is basically a class where you learn how to pay your bills, taxes, and all the different ways you can get paid.
Ooh.
And I took that to dodge algebra, to dodge geometry and trigonometry and all that stuff in my high school. When I heard of the financial option, I was like, "Woo, yeah, I'm taking that."
I feel you. The thing that was the equivalent for us, we had either pre-cal or that we could take in high school, or we had discrete math. And I took one semester of pre-cal, and I didn't mind it, but I wouldn't grade it. And then after that, I could either go into the second semester or I could do discrete math. And I did discrete math, and to this day, I still have no idea what discrete math is. Like, I just didn't learn anything in that class. I'm sure I could Google it and figure out what it is, but I just, I never really looked that hard into it. But yeah. So another thing, this linear algebra, it's all about like vectors, and vectors are essentially just a way to describe like force or anything, basically anything. It's something that has some magnitude, so some like strength, some scalar value, some way that, you know, you can assign like an intensity to it, and then a direction. So as long as you have anything that has some intensity and some direction, you can describe it as a vector. And then that's effectively what all these linear equations are based around. And what these matrices are based around are the manipulation of all these different vectors. So that's where it gets into like physics and stuff, which is pretty interesting.
All of that just completely over my head.
I have a headache. I have a severe headache. Like, I'm like, you went from lines to something having whatever the word is, like, how does lines have to do with that?
I got you. So let me turn down this music that's blaring in my headphones. I'm sure it's fine for you guys, but for my shit, it was absolutely bumping. Let me fix it so that it sounds roughly the same for us, because it was destroying me here. I might turn it up for you guys a little bit, but then I'm gonna adjust this for me real quick. There we go. Okay, so the thing for me, and the way that I think about how all of this works, again, you'd have to like take a course on it to really get it. I don't fully get it. Like, this is like the only course I've ever taken on it, but a lot of like calculus starts to get into this, and then linear algebra is like a specific subsection of it. Linear algebra, actually, you don't really need to know any calculus at all to get into it, but it definitely helps. All it is if you have like anything, like if you were trying to describe anything in the world and you had like a number value that you could associate with it as far as like how much it is. So like, let me shut off this ad, because ads all the time. If you're trying to describe anything that has like some intensity to it, like if you were trying to describe like how sound waves move around a room, like that sounds really crazy intense and like hard to map and like hard to figure out, because there's all the stuff that it's like bouncing off of and all the things that it could interact with. But the way that you would start to describe that is you would say, from this speaker there is some intensity that's coming out of it. And even if I don't know how to describe that, like even if I don't know about like decibels or any like proper way to describe intensity of sound, I could just say, I can name this with a number. I can call it like 7. Like the intensity on the knob when I turn it is at a 7. So that's a 7. And then which direction is it coming out of the speaker at? It's coming out this way. So then I say it's 7 that way. And then that's all a vector is. I hope that made more sense.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
That's a realistic, real life scenario.
Yeah. And that's really all it is. Like, it's taking things like that and then saying, so because of how simple that concept is and how widely you could use it to determine anything from like gravity to sound waves to light to anything that you want to describe that has some magnitude, some intensity, and a direction, then all you have to do is figure out an equation to explain how the thing is interacting with whatever you're talking about, and then you have uh, a matrix essentially that you can create. You have a subset of equations that come out of that based on what those vectors that you have are and how you input them into your equation, and then you get out your answer to like really, really complex things. And if you make a computer program that can do that, you can do even more complex things.
Oh, now I'm staring at my bedroom light, making like a bunch of like math equations in my head.
Yeah, I mean, you really can.
Like
It's
open up my third eye. Thank you.
absolutely. That's one of the craziest things about like coming to school for physics. And I'm sure anybody going into like engineering and stuff can tell you the same thing. It's weird because when you when you think about like anything like math or science based, you think like these really, really smart people came up with these really complex and hard subject. And sure, they definitely are like smart people who came up with it, but the concepts when you actually like figure out what they are based on really simple stuff that's so widely able to be used that you can then just use it to determine really complex things. Like it's just tools that let you do a hard thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, like there was a teacher that I had in physics who, uh, you have three physics classes as um, an undergraduate that are like your main three physics classes, one, two, and three. One deals with like Newtonian laws, which is like gravity and like the way that it affects stuff on like the simplest level. Then you have like electromagnetism, and then you have like modern physics, which is like Einstein relativity and stuff like that. And a teacher who I was taking for that uh, once told me you can describe all of the equations that you'll ever need for all three of those classes with like two equations. And then all of the other ones are just derived from those two equations. And when I learned that and I started studying that, it was really cool to figure out.
Huh.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. But that was a little bit off track. I
Yeah.
uh, I just definitely appreciate like learning about all this stuff, and it's definitely exciting. Um, but yeah,
Does Kane Jackson or the Argentinian leader want to say anything? I've been the only one talking.
absolutely. Hit us up, guys.
Yeah, thanks for convincing me to never take another math class in my life.
No, you definitely should. You definitely should. It's also a thing where like the more math you learn, um, the more you f- figure out how easy problems are to solve when you like put your mind to it. And also, it just you're able to learn so much more so much easier. Like if you ever tried to Google like how to learn about like electronics or like electrical circuits or whatever. It has a whole bunch of equations and it looks like weird and scary. But then if you just learn enough math and get good enough with like general math, you look at them and you're like, oh, well, all these are like this and this and this, and then I can use it to figure it out. Like, or if you're trying to learn about like biology or if you're trying to learn about whatever it is, eventually you get to a point where basically you hit calculus and then calculus looks scary. But if you just know how to do calculus, then first off, any math below that is easy, like easy game after that. And then you don't feel intimidated by the stuff that you see online by like how crazy this stuff is.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stay with learning how to pay my taxes and bills for now.
That's actually super important. When you mentioned that earlier, I was really impressed because I was like, my high school didn't have anything like that. We had like business classes, which was cool. I took business classes that taught you like how to start a business, but we never learned just like here's taxes and here's like a way to develop like a financial portfolio and stuff.
Yeah, right now we're going over like how checks work and ATMs and credit cards and all that. How all that ties into it. Interest. The
Very,
full
very
9 yards.
yeah. Do you feel like uh that's the most useful class so far that you've taken, or like what do you feel like is the
Yes.
best thing you've learned from high school?
So, best thing I learned from high school that's gonna help me out in the long run, no matter what job I take, is gotta be my financial literacy class, which is what I'm taking right now, which is the you have to pay taxes, your bills, your mortgage,
Yeah.
etc., etc. And that's gonna help out so much
Hmm.
in life. It's gonna help me balance my budget.
Oh, absolutely. um what do you feel like is there anything that you feel like is hard that you would like to learn, but for one reason or another you're like intimidated by, or you feel like is like there's something that steered you away from it?
That's a good question.
I know like languages for me always get me.
Yeah, for me, it's gotta be language. Like I never really I don't want to learn Spanish. School has ruined learning that for me. Um, but I listen to like some Russian music sometimes, but I don't know what the heck they're saying, so I have to look up the English lyrics. I'm like, oh, okay.
I've
It's a really
actually
song, but like I really want I really want to learn Russian and German and maybe a little bit of Polish as well. But like there's no options in my high school for me to take those classes, nor the college I'm going to.
yeah. um I don't.
Originally,
Oh, I'm
go
sorry.
ahead. Okay, I'll go ahead.
Oh,
Originally, I was because I'm only in eighth grade, and then at my school we only have Spanish. But I know at the high school I'm supposed to go to there is also French. I originally just started doing French on Duolingo because why not? Then there was a turn of events that switched me to Dutch.
that's pretty cool. I was gonna say um, I know I've heard people say that listening to music in other languages is like one of the best ways to learn it, because you enjoy the songs and then you look it up and you get the lyrics, and it connects with you emotionally, and also you just it's catchy. So it's like one of those I guess like psychological tricks to get something stuck in your head. Um, Also, Dutch is really cool. Is Dutch something that was offered for your school, or did you just like stumble upon it?
No, I just do it on Duolingo. I know it's not, I mean, as good as school would be, because all my school has is Spanish, and then my high school just has Spanish and French. But trying to learn Dutch right now. Maybe in the future, if I ever want to be like a polyglot, I'd learn French. But Dutch is for now.
Very, very cool. I took French in high school as well, and I know very, very little. I'm from South Louisiana, so there are a ton of people who are Cajun, and the place where I live now, where my dad lives, is a big tourist spot. So people will come from South Louisiana, and he'll meet them, and he'll introduce me, and they'll start speaking French to me, and I'm like, I don't know what you're saying. Bonjour. I don't what. So it's interesting.
Good. That's hello in German.
Nice.
Guten Tag and nine. That's all I know. Nine in German means no. I'm
Interesting.
curious to see how they pronunciate the number 9.
I was also gonna ask that. If nine is how they say no, how do they say nine?
I think it's like none.
Das ist 9.
Das ist 9.
9.
Nine.
9.
9.
Neun. 9. And EU is oi. Like an OI-ish kind of sound.
Nine. Nine.
9.
Nine.
9.
There, 9.
Yes.
Do you think that's ever confusing?
No, not really.
Hmm. Very cool.
I used to also want to learn German. I can still count to 20 in German.
Very cool. I guess what drives that? Like, do you feel like being a micronationalist just kind of goes hand in hand with like an interest in other languages and cultures and things like that?
Yeah, I'd say so somewhat, but I just wanted to learn German because that's one of my biggest ethnicity groups. I just wanted to learn German for that, but I stopped doing it.
Do you think you'd ever go and like visit Germany because of that?
Yeah, probably. There are a good amount of places I want to visit, but most of them are in the U.S.
Very cool. Any favorites? Any ones you have that are like mentionables?
What is it? I want to see the Paul Bunyan statue in Bemidji, Minnesota, and I want to go up there and see the lake that the Mississippi River starts in.
Ooh, very cool. Is the lake fed by something?
I'm not sure. I just know it's Lake Itasca, and the river starts from there.
Ooh, very cool. I had no idea.
I thought from the ocean. I guess I'm wrong.
I know it flows out into the ocean. It flows out into the Gulf of
Technically,
Mexico.
it ends in the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I just got where it started and ended wrong.
Yeah.
Good to know.
But that is what makes the Gulf of Mexico like really good for fishing is because of that like influence of the Mississippi River. It pours in a lot of like sediment and a lot of nutrients. So people who enjoy fishing generally enjoy going out to different places in the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah. So with that, that's fresh water going into salt water.
Mm-hmm.
So how would that work for freshwater fish that may flow out, that may swim out of the Mississippi?
So at a certain point when you go out into the Gulf of Mexico, it pretty much is just salt water because you're diluting the fresh water so much with that salt that you're just getting salt water. But near the bottom of South Louisiana, there are a whole bunch of like swamps and marshes and things like that, which are considered brackish water, which is in between fresh and salt water. So there are a lot of interesting, wildlife that you can find there. They have things that are like more freshwater fish that you can find like catfish that are in those places, and then you can also find things like redfish, which are saltwater fish, in the same area. So it's just weird. I think
it's like you combine the ecosystems, kind of.
Right. Once it gets salty enough or fresh enough, eventually you'll just stop finding one or the other type of fish there. But when it's like a fair middle ground, I think most things can survive decently.
Nice.
Yeah. Or at least most things that are adapted to living there.
Or have a high toleration.
Right. That's pretty cool though. Are there any news updates from your guys' micronations? That's something that I feel like I don't get a ton of on the channel, and I would love to learn more about.
On the 6th, we got a new prime minister.
Ooh. Okay, and give me just 1 second. Was that UK to you?
No, that was King Jackson.
Oh, okay, King Jackson. Cool. What
I
was
think
what was
go ahead.
your prime minister?
His name is Ian Douglas Smith II.
Ooh.
Um, Funny thing is though,
Fancy.
our previous prime minister was Isaiah Rivera, and I guess there was this one heated debate we were having in the server, and a couple people left. I guess our prime minister was one of the people left, and it took us a while to notice. So I guess that'll be one fun story in Capro's history.
Very cool. Um, how did uh, how did that debate end up? Like, do you feel like it changed your nation any?
I mean, one thing that I kind of sucked to see go was we had a dominion called Herbstland or Herbstland, however it's pronounced, and we lost that. But the guy who ran it, he just said he was quitting micronationalism. I don't know if he said it was because he didn't say if it was because of the debate or if like that was like a straw that broke the camel's back. Maybe I know you talked about this in one of your other streams, but maybe the debate made him feel like the community was toxic. Sucked to see that go, but yeah.
Absolutely. I'm not sure if it's the same person or not, but there was somebody who somebody told me in a stream actually that somebody was quitting micronationalism because they thought the community was toxic. And then I believe it was the same person who'd been retweeted by nations that I follow, who were talking about like it was just them retweeting him saying like the community's toxic and I'm leaving or whatever, which is understandable. Like you shouldn't be in a place that you don't feel comfortable, but also just change the landscape. If you really feel passionate about something, definitely I recommend sticking it out, because it in the end generally helps you to find a group of people who more align with you than whatever the toxic thing you're trying to get away from is. You can generally find your own niche of people, which is good and helps to actually grow people's interest in it, because nobody wants to be in a toxic thing. So if they find people who are positive, they'll generally gravitate toward that. But yeah, I think that's interesting. Do you consider like the debate that you guys were having really toxic? Like were people like cursing at each other and like shit posting and things like that, or was it
I don't
just
remember.
like
Let me go back actually.
okay?
Yeah, some of us were cussing. I think I was the one who was doing the cussing, so I got kind of heated over it because I thought it was kind of a stupid debate.
Ruh-roh, Raggy. Also, Gray, what's up? We were talking about that sexy kilt, man. We were checking it out earlier. And Gray's muted. He's gone forever.
Forever into the void.
Yeah. Also, KTM. We miss you, man. I appreciate you voting on Charles's citizenship. Still.
More the merrier. More the merrier.
Absolutely. We are still like waiting for a video thing from him, but I think that's going to be coming pretty soon, and I'm excited about it.
Yeah. I've been thinking about doing my video ideas as well. I have Friday off from the school. I don't want to rush anything, but like I've been putting it off to the school in my own channel. Like I don't know. I just want to get something in soon. I don't want to make it look like I'm just brushing you guys off.
No, absolutely. Well, it means a lot to us. We're just trying to grow, and the more that like you can submit, and the more that you can do stuff, the better. One of the things that I've actually been talking to one of our citizens, Steven, about, which I want to get your opinion and I want to get Gray's opinion and everybody else eventually, is we've been talking about the idea of potentially like breaking things up for the future, to where people can submit their own videos if they want, and they'll still be honored with the 60-40 split thing, where if you submit a video and once we get monetized, if you're a citizen, we'll give you 60% of the profits for that. But in addition, I was thinking about doing a setup where we'll have some people who, if they can't commit to making full videos, because it's a lot to do writing, editing, production, all this stuff, I can understand why people take a while to get videos in. If instead we can break something up to where maybe some people are writers specifically, and some people are doing production specifically, like filming videos, and some people are like editing specifically, it may allow us to make more video content because you don't have to worry about doing like the entire thing, especially if there's one part of it that you're really lacking in ability or in, you know, time to do. And you would be able to get yourself as a part of more videos, and then we could even figure out a similar monetization thing where, you know, maybe somebody who's a writer may get like 5 or 10% on every video that they would be a part of just for like writing for it, and the same thing with like editing and producing and stuff. So I don't know if that would be something that would be well received by
That's a
everybody.
great idea.
Awesome.
That's a great idea.
What do you feel like might be more your interest as far as that would go?
So, my interest in what I would do in it, or my interest...
like do you think if you ended up doing that, if you were like, for whatever reason I can't make a video like this week or this month or whatever, but I want to help out, would you be more interested in like do you feel like writing comes easier to you? Do you feel like the editing process comes easier to you? What's your interest?
I'm a pretty good brainstormer, and I do have, I guess, my own writing style.
Ooh.
I guess, per se. Like, I'm not the best writer out there, but consider myself as kind of decent. But I usually have a lot of ideas that I brainstorm, but like I can't commit to production because I operate on a $0 budget on my end, so I don't really have the resources to do it. So I'll probably be like say like we're doing like something informational, I'd probably help out with the research phase of the information. I love history. I love looking up stuff, even if it's in modern day stuff. You know, I like searching. I like learning. I like researching.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you, if you are worried about like production on your end, if you have like a computer and a mic, like it seems like you do,
Yes.
the podcast type stuff is really, really easy to do, and you can even like enhance that if you want to with editing, if that's ever something you're interested in. That's of course not what you have to do, but what I found is like if you were interested in like researching a topic and then just talking about it, you could like write a short script. Just today I'm going to be talking about whatever thing, very similar to your your Darren video, that format where you like talked about something, and then if you took like images and like put them up to relate to the things you're talking about, that's something that's a little bit time consuming in the editing process, but isn't too bad as far as like recording and stuff. And if you ever need like
not about using my laptop. I should probably use my laptop.
Yeah. And also if you
using my phone.
Oh, hey, there you go.
I'm a mobile user, I guess.
Fair enough. I was gonna say, if you ever need like a free editing software, I know a good one as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice, yeah.
But yeah, I am kind of curious of everybody's opinion about that because, like you said, you're really interested in doing research stuff for it. If you could ever like research and do like, you know, hey, I think it'd be cool, or I think people would like a topic based on this thing, whether it's micronational, whether it's political, historical, whatever it is. I mean, I've even done stuff like, you know, the live stream where we talked about like comics and micronations and comics or whatever. Yeah. So doing something like that, if you just came up with an idea and then like wrote a short script or like bullet points to talk about or whatever, that could potentially be like a thing. Like if you like opened up a Google Doc and you like shared it with me and you're like, this would be like a thing, and like here's an idea, and like here's a thing that I wrote about, we could like go back and forth and talk about it, and then that would be like a writing. And then like if we got like a script format down where you would know like whenever I created a script for a thing, all I'd have to do is like get the information and plug it into this format, then it could potentially be like really easy to write scripts based on research that you would find. And then that would be like an entire thing. Then all I'd have to do is like take that, record it, and then send it to somebody for editing, and it'd be like, boom, next one.
Okay, so it's kind of like a assembly line setup.
Exactly. And that would allow us to, if for whatever reason, 1 week or 1 month, whatever, I can't like put together enough videos to keep people like to keep it consistent, then we can have like an archive of things that's been set up from that assembly line process where it's like, oh, I need like to do whatever, or like I'm working on a bigger project or whatever. Let's move some of that content out front and put that out, and then have that in the works while we're building up other stuff.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. I definitely
So,
think it could
you
help.
said it doesn't have to specifically be about micronationalism. It can be like a little bit about everything that has something to do with Eternia itself.
Any and all of it. So one of the things that I was talking about as well, Steven and I just had like a big conversation today about a lot of stuff, and I'm excited. I think Gray may still be on the stream. Yeah, I definitely want like Gray and I to talk about stuff. I want you and I to talk about stuff as well, KTM and Viren. Our channel, I think, definitely would benefit from like Eternia based stuff, just because there's not a ton of videos out about like what our culture is and what like our citizens think about things. So if you as a citizen say, this is a topic I want to talk about, I'm an Eternian, here's my thoughts on any topic in the world, that's like a part of Eternian culture. If you had a specific thing and you're like, I think Eternia's thing should be whatever, like opinion piece about Eternia, this is my review of Eternia and like a specific part of it or whatever, you could do that. Any of that stuff is like super helpful because that's just something we're lacking in, but you could honestly do a video about anything at all. And because you're a citizen and because your views represent a part of what Eternia is, we would do it. Like, you could be like, today I'm playing Minecraft and it has nothing to do with micronations. Today I'm, playing baseball with my friends or whatever. Like, I don't know. Anything that you were doing, we would be interested in as far as content.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You just opened a wide range of other subjects I'd like to dive into.
Absolutely. We definitely don't want to like bottleneck anybody into feeling like they have to do a specific type of content, because as an Eternian, your worldview and the things that you're interested in and passionate about help us, because it helps to teach us about more things, and it also helps to define what it means to be Eternian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I can work with this.
Very cool. I'm excited, man.
Yeah.
Are there any topic, because you were like, this opens like a wide range of topics that I've been interested in. Are there any that you would like feel free to share?
Yeah, so more recently, like in my school, I've been talking to people about Christianity and like the views of the Bible and stuff. I also talk about politics literally every day as well. My school is very political, very divided between conservatives and liberals. So like, there's a lot of healthy discussion there. So it's just something that comes natural for me talking about religion and politics. So now that I don't no longer have to now that I know I don't have to specifically produce micronation related stuff, like it can produce like my piece on what political view I would like to see happen in Eternia, whatever. Really helps out on my end of production of things.
Oh, absolutely. And I do think that's cool as well, because I mean, that can even be as wide ranging as like, what if Eternia was this kind of thing instead, or whatever. Like, I definitely think people are interested in like the alternate history sort of videos, or even just like you said, like an opinion piece. I think we should be this, and this is why I think it, and this is like now open to debate in like Eternian discourse.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got new ideas in my head now.
getting fresh. I like it.
Yeah, I may or may not commit to actually writing the script or taking notes tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see what happens, but I'll start something Friday.
I would love it. Absolutely. I appreciate that. Because, I mean, even, if you don't, like, write anything formally, if you did just, like, record a thing about you talking about ideas or whatever, that's pretty good, too. And the way that I have started, like, making my videos better and better with, like, editing and stuff is just starting out small. Like, if you find something that's, like, free for profit music online, where it's like you can use the thing, just like link to me, like support me in the description or whatever. There are plenty of like music tracks out there that are like that, so just like dropping that in the bottom of a thing and being like produced by whatever in the description helps a lot, and that's just another thing to like take up the quality of the video, and that's not something that's like that hard to edit in. So stuff like that, where you just start out with like a thing and then you slowly add a little more to it, can make like a really great video without you realizing.
Yeah, definitely.
But I'm excited to see what you come up with, man.
Me too.
Yeah. You're definitely someone as well. Ever since I think you and I started talking on like streams and stuff, and as well once you posted the Darren video, it does seem like you have like interesting ideas, and it seems like you have like a unique worldview that is different from the way that I guess like the way that everybody's talking. Viren does like different stuff, Gray does different stuff, Steven does different stuff, but I feel like nobody really like goes out of their way to like express their views and like talk about the things that they feel like are positives and negatives, and just how they see the world. So I think you doing that will bring a really unique perspective to what we do.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I guess I did inherit my dad's talkative side.
That's great. I'm glad to hear that.
I was studying.
It's
Not
going.
distracting much, am I?
No, I am just kind of slowly moving through it, because a lot of it is a thing where like I'm doing parts of it and then checking it, because if I move too fast through it, I'll just get it wrong and then be like, why'd I get it wrong? Oh, that's why I got it wrong. So that's basically what I'm doing, is just moving through, taking my time, trying to understand it a little bit, and then moving on to the
Don't
next
rush
part.
yourself.
Absolutely. So that's the plan, is just trying to absorb like the concept of how you go about solving that type of problem, and then moving on.
Yeah.
But yeah, what about you? How's life going with y'all? Are also about to hit like Thanksgiving break and stuff, right? Nice.
Yeah, that's coming up pretty soon. It's been good. I've been having fun. Cross country season has ended, and now I'm preparing for swim team to start if we have one.
Absolutely. I did swim team for I think 3 semesters during high school.
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I always did like the short stuff. I was never a like endurance type of person. I always
so you
did like the 100s, things like that. I never.
So it sounds like you did the relays too then.
I did. Did I do relays?
Like the 400 free relay.
Maybe.
It's the one where you sprint 100 meters in the pool,
and then
the next person goes.
Yeah, like as soon as you get back to the other side, the next person jumps in over you.
The person dives right over you.
Yeah, I think I'd done a couple of those.
Yeah. I'm endurance. I do the 200 free, the 500 free, and then they like to put me in as many relays as they legally possibly can.
Nice. So they put you like right Ooh, so then, do they put you in the middle? Like what? Because if they put you right in the
Yeah,
beginning
I
or right
am.
at
I
the end,
am in the middle. I'm either the second person. I'm either the second person in the relay, or I'm the first person in the relay.
fair enough.
We like to work from like decent to extremely fast guy.
Yeah, very
And
cool.
I am no sprinter. You know, I can sprint 100 quick,
Mhm.
like faster than like most people would think a long distance swimmer can do.
Yeah,
But don't ask me to do that every single meet.
no, I feel you. Getting, I think I did maybe one like. Do they do 400s? I did. I did one longer distance one, I remember, and I came in last. Like it was terrible. Cause I was used to
Really
sprinting.
long.
Yeah, it was pretty long. It was
You did the 500.
yeah. And
20 lengths in the pool.
yeah, it sucked because I remember getting through like 200 and like cramping and being like, oh, it's bad, and being like in the middle of the lane, just like trying to finish. It was complete garbage.
I have had those moments before, and that's when you just keep swimming, just keep swimming.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, I'm at least gonna finish, but this is sad now. Like everybody else is done, and I'm like, let me get this in real quick.
Whenever I cramp during the 500, I just think to myself, all right, my new goal, survive.
Accurate, accurate. Just try not to get stuck in the middle of the pool.
Yeah, don't become a floater and don't become a sinker.
Fair.
Just keep swimming.
Yep. Suffer after, and then just get through it.
Yeah, do this and then get ready for the 200 free or the 100 breast.
Is y'all's
Here we go.
pool for meets? Is y'all's pool inside or outside?
It's inside.
Lucky.
We do ours over the winter.
Well, no,
And
so
then
is
I do
ours
track and-
over the winter, but we had an outdoor pool, and it was
Oh, no.
garbage. Yeah, yep, it was garbage. We would.
So, like, it'd be snowing and you guys be like swimming in the snow.
So we were in South Louisiana, so it didn't snow,
Oh,
but it was cold. Like it doesn't get as cold as I'm sure. Like up north, I'm sure it's impossible. Like you'd be killing kids.
I live in northwestern part of the PA, so we get some lake effect off of the Great Lakes.
Yeah, so y'all would be pretty cool out there.
Cool, we'd be freezing.
Yeah. For us, it was like it wasn't frozen. Like there wasn't snow, but it was pretty cold. It would be a thing where like people's parents, once you got done with your like part of the meet, would be like there with like 7 towels and be like and like your teammates would like throw shit on you, and then you go in the locker room and like change back into clothes because it was so fucking cold.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But it made you, like for my sprinting stuff, it did make me go quick, because like you dive in and that shock of like the freezing cold water would hit you, and then you like I want to get out of the pool right now.
Yeah. Like my indoor pool is a professional pool, so it's always ice cold water.
Yeah.
You're like, I want to be warm. Get me out of this pool now.
Mm-hmm.
I
Can
gotta
relate.
go.
Yup. Never fun.
Yeah, what's hilarious is that you know how like your coaches stand at like, the side of the pool and they're like waving their arms like, go. Well, what's hilarious is that according to my coaches and teammates, when I take my breath and I see my coach doing that, you can visibly tell, like you can visibly see me like just pick it up immediately.
Ooh, nice. You're like, I get it. I like focus in.
Yeah, I like you just see my arms move faster
Nice.
after I take that breath.
Very, very cool. I was gonna say, my coach, she was like more, I don't know. she was like kind of a strict coach, but she was never like really energetic was the thing. Like she'd never be like, go, like type of thing. She just kind of be standing on the sideline and then would like tell you stuff after the race.
She was more of the observant coaches.
Yep. But she'd be like good with the critiques though. She'd be like, you better fix that form. Like that was another thing. I never did any of the like I couldn't do the butterfly. I could do breaststroke and I could do like freestyle the best, but that was basically it.
My butterfly form for a 25. After that, it quickly dissipates.
Yep. It's just the like leg movement thing, like where you arch your back and you got like dolphin tail your leg. I can't do that.
My problem is like I do long distance in all of my sports. I do cross country, I do the 2 mile and 1 mile in track, and I do all the long distance stuff in swim team. So you think I have enough endurance to survive butterfly? Apparently I don't.
Ooh.
Because like that just takes so much breath and energy out of me doing just one length of it. Like I feel like I can keep going, but then as soon as I touch the wall to head back down to this other side of the pool, I would just I instantly die.
Yeah. I remember for the ones that were like where people would be doing butterflies and stuff in the meets, it was always like a relay type of thing where like every time someone would go it'd be a different stroke. I don't think
the medley relay.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think I remember any like long distance where it's like it's all butterfly, because I feel like that would kill people.
The longest I've seen someone do the butterfly is the 200 butterfly.
Ooh, that does seem like it kind of sucked though.
Oh yeah, I mean like the people who did it, like this is one girl on my team, like she like likes to do butterfly, but when she learns that she has to do a 200 worth of it, she visibly dies inside.
Understandable. 4 pool lengths of butterfly sounds like even if you're the best at butterfly.
200 is 8. 100 is 4.
So each one is 25?
1 yard down is 25.
I'm tripping.
200. So yeah.
So it's 8 pool. That's even crazier than I thought. Okay.
And the 500 is 20.
You're educating.
For college apparently, for swim team at the college I'm going to.
Yeah.
500 is mid distance.
Ooh.
I don't want to swim the mile, let alone swim the 5K.
That sounds horrible.
That sounds like that sounds like the 5K sounds like the event like you want to die, but you don't want to do it yourself. So you choose that event specifically because you just want to just get it on.
You're like, this is either the end of me or I'm gonna get out of the pool a Super Saiyan, and there's no in between.
I am either going to die in the pool, or I am going to come out of the pool feeling like I should have died, but somehow survived, and everyone won't stop talking about how they're shocked that I survived. Right.
You always gotta be questioning your own ability to succeed.
Yeah. That's 3.1 miles in the pool.
Dang.
Yeah, I don't even want to count the lengths for that.
I feel you.
The mile sounds enough. I mean, the 500 itself is enough.
Yep. It do sound crazy. But since the stream has died down a little bit, I think I am just gonna go ahead and hit up homework and get off. It was good to talk to you, KTM.
Yeah, it's good to talk to you too, man.
Let me know what your thoughts are throughout the rest of the week about doing like video stuff, or whether you'd want to do like writing or whatever.
Yeah.
If you end up not making a video, hit me up.
I'll DM you Friday.
Sounds perfect. I appreciate it, dude.
All right, yeah.
Have a good night.
Yeah, you too, man.
And to everyone else out there, I hope y'all have a great night. I appreciate everybody watching the stream. I'm always glad to be hanging out with y'all and learning new stuff. I feel like we made progress with Eternia tonight. I feel like I made a slight amount of progress with my homework. I gotta go make more. But it was good to talk to y'all, and I'm glad we could do this. I'm glad we could get a little more watch time for the channel. And I'm glad I could just learn more about y'all's nations and your thoughts on everything. Until next time, as always, I'm Emperor AP. I appreciate y'all so much, and I will see you soon. Oh no, we're just getting 3 subs. We're getting 3 viewers right as I'm about to dip. I'm sorry, but I will see you soon. Wait, hold up. Jackson Gamer said, wait. Rachel said, have a good one. Rachel, you should have talked more during the stream. We wanted to know all about you. I'm sorry. You love language learning. That's really cool, Rachel. Also, I appreciate it. Y'all are very cool. Rachel, if you ever can, are you on our Discord? Because if not, you should be, and you should hit us up in the voice channel whenever we're on stream. We would love to hear from you.